What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Neo, and we are finally steering away from Citadel, at least for the time being. Today we're gonna do a first impressions video on a game that I am thoroughly addicted to, and if you haven't tried it yet, this video is for you because you need to check it out. Before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about everyone who's been supporting me. We're up to like 225 subscribers. I'm gonna do a pretty decent giveaway to my YouTube channel when we hit 500. More details on that when we get there, but if you haven't yet, if you like the content or you just stopped in, you're new to the channel, I'm going to be doing content on all sorts of games, but we're going to be focusing on Outriders probably for a little bit now. I have guides on Citadel Forged with Fire, and also a review of the game as well currently. YouTube channel is pretty fresh, but hit that subscribe button, the like button. I got link in the Discord we'll leave below. I stream on Twitch 8:30 a.m. Eastern Monday through Friday, unless I stay up too late streaming and gaming, and then the schedule kind of fluctuates. But alright, let's just get right into the video. So the game we're going to be talking about is Outriders. It's developed by People Can Fly and produced by Square Enix. We're going to go over the good first. So, to start things off, the graphics look so good. Not the best that I've ever seen, but it's still really good. The character can look kind of funky at times that you create, just because he just doesn't feel like he fits in sometimes with his facial expressions. But overall, the graphics are really good. The combat feels amazing. It kind of has like a similar to Gears of War aspect in terms of you can attach to cover and use it to shoot around the cover, like peeking and all that good stuff. But like the overall combat isn't the same as Gears because you have spells and a skill tree, and there's 4 different classes. But the combat itself feels very unique and very impactful. Like every time that you get into a fight with an enemy with a new gear piece, you feel that damage and the numbers pop out at you. It's just really well done. And speaking of gear, the progression on gear keeps you entertained at all times. Every time you get back to camp, you've got a new piece of gear, a new weapon, a new armor, a new handgun, what have you, with new mods. Something to look forward to when you go out on your next mission, because you're gonna beef yourself up a little bit every time. It's really well put together to keep you going at all times throughout the entire story and into endgame. The end game, speaking of, is very relevant. The end game is not something like others where you get there and you're like, man, this doesn't have much content. Once you do it a little bit, you're like, okay, I guess I've done it all, and you're done. The content that they have in endgame, without giving any spoilers away, is really well put together, and it's something to keep you entertained even after you've beat the story, and also open-ended to keep you going later on when they add more content. So if you're worried about if there's going to be an end game and if it's good, know that it's there and it is good. The storyline is also really good. The storyline I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm usually not really into PvE, let alone a story. The only times that I ever get wrapped up in that is if they're put really well together, and this one does put it together really well. I obviously don't want to give any spoilers away because this is a first impressions video, but 10 out of 10 with story. I like it a lot. Now let's go over the bad. So, you all know what's coming if you've played the game. The bad. Servers. Servers.
I'm the host.
The servers have been atrocious on launch, given most games nowadays are. But I'd be doing you a disservice without bringing it up in this category. The crashes have been atrocious since launch. Every 30 minutes to 2 hours, the servers were going down, kicking everyone. At times they were worse. Sometimes they were better. I will say, as of recording this on Saturday night, Sunday morning, this is the best they've ever been, and it's looking like they've finally made progress towards fixing them. Let's not jinx it, but we will see. The servers, though, have been pretty bad. You can't even cross-play right now because the issue with the servers is in the coding with crossplay, is what I've read online, so, and from them. So crossplay isn't working right now, and the servers keep crashing. Definitely goes in the bad category. The next thing isn't really bad, but I feel like I gotta bring it up, and that's whatever's going on here. What are these? There's no need for those cutscenes. These cutscenes make no sense. Could have just had a load screen quickly into the next area, but for some reason we gotta watch our character jump the same way, or climb the same rope, or climb up a wall, what have you. Makes no sense. They didn't need to be in the game. I also have no PvP in this category, and it's not really a bad thing. It's just when a game like this drops without PvP, you need to constantly be adding content in order to keep the game relevant. Otherwise, everyone's going to end up leaving, and some of them people aren't going to come back even after you drop content. So I felt like I had to put that in this category. The only other thing I have here is minor audio issues and glitches sometimes, which they are already aware of and working on, but sometimes, like, you'll be in a cutscene, and the voice acting won't match up with the lip movement. Sometimes there's stuttering in the cutscenes. Once in a while, you'll get a random glitch. Like, there's one where when you die in a certain way, all of your gear stats gets doubled for a certain amount of time if you look at it. It's not correct, but it says that it's double the value of what it really is. Just minor things like that that need to be smoothed out, if you will. Need to be fixed up. But yeah, that's all I got for the bad. So let's give this game an overall grade. Let's talk about the big picture here. This game is amazing. It may have mixed, last I checked anyways, it had mixed reviews on Steam. But that's only because of the server issues at launch, which most games have. And they've been very open, which is another thing. Their communication has been amazing. They're giving updates all the time on Twitter and Discord on what's going on. They're addressing the issues and keeping an open dialogue with the community. They're openly telling everyone, here's the issue that we're dealing with. This is what we're working on. They have a status website where you can see the status of the servers. that, like I said earlier on in this video, it seems like they've actually made progress towards fixing it. If the server issues didn't exist, this game would easily be one of my favorite releases over the past few years, which, to be fair, isn't that hard to do nowadays, in my opinion, since I think most games released aren't that great anymore. But this one could be really good. I mean, it's already really good, but it could be even better if they keep adding content. I think overall this game is an 8 out of 10 because of the server issues. 9 out of 10 after the server issues is fixed, and the only reason I'm not saying 10 out of 10 is I can't give a game 10 out of 10 because you can always make a game better. You can always update, add content, what have you. So you'll never see me give a 10 out of 10 on this channel. But if you have not played this yet, I highly recommend picking it up, especially now that it's been a few days. I guarantee you by Monday most of the main server issues will be fixed, and by the end of next week the crossplay will be fixed as well. That's going to take a little longer because they need first party approval and they got to go through other channels to get everything set up because they got to patch every system, so that will take a little more time. But the servers themselves, I can already tell they're working on it. They're gonna be fixed. I would be shocked if they weren't fixed by Monday completely, and they've already feel better than they did on day one. If you haven't played this game, do yourself a favor, pick up this game. It's a looter like Borderlands. PvE combat feels great. It's what Anthem could have been. Oh god, he said Anthem. And that's what I got for you this week. Next week, I'm thinking we're gonna do a Pyromancer build video, since that's what I've been playing. But if you have something else you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I am always open to give any sort of guide or any sort of video that you guys want to see. So hit me up in the comments, hit me up in the Discord, hit me up in the Twitch, and I'll see you all next week. Later.